What if every single conspiracy theory you could think of was true? Imagine what life would be like if you discovered, oh yeah, they were right about everything. There are people in charge of the world and around us that are hiding something very, very dark. I found a movie in which this is the case, in which a character starts stumbling upon every single conspiracy that everyone has created since the dawn of time. A film that not many have seen. A very underrated film, I might add. A film that goes after conspiracies around Hollywood and Hollywood elites, music, the music industry, government, elites, what billionaires are up to. It happens to be a film called Under the Silver Lake. Many of you have probably heard of this if you're a conspiracy prone or into that world. I saw this and I was mind blown. This is an Andrew Garfield movie, y'all. Andrew Garfield is a real one. He's been a real one. And the fact that he was in this film makes this film even better to me, alright? Andrew Garfield plays a guy who's kind of down on his luck. He's going through some stuff. Clearly there's some mental health issues happening. He's kind of living a degenerate lifestyle. One day, he meets this girl. At the moment he needs to meet a girl the most. They have a rapport. Maybe something even romantic could happen between them. But then all of a sudden she disappears. It's like she never existed. He's asking around about her in this local Hollywood town. He lives in Hollywood. Nobody knows who he's talking about. It's as if he hallucinated this girl, like she never existed. And this leads him down the rabbit hole of Hollywood's deepest, darkest secrets into some of the craziest conspiracy theories of all time. You're damn right, a guy like me, who's a cinema vigilante, trying to take over Hollywood and against a lot of shit that the Hollywood elites do. You're damn right I'm going to go after this movie. You're damn right I'm going to watch it. And this is a dude who's living a very rough life. He's going through some things, and he is perfectly prone to be absorbed into every single conspiracy theory around him. But the crazy thing is, it might all be true? There are certain reveals that happen in this movie that indicate, oh my goodness, this rabbit hole goes deeper than anyone could ever imagine. This was a movie that when it came out divided fans a lot. It's one of those films, yeah? The ending of the movie is almost nihilistic. It's like, what was the meaning of it all? It seems like there was no meaning at all. Nothing was resolved. Very similar to the movie Begonia, which also involved a dude who was a conspiracy theorist. Guys who were conspiracy theorists after a chick who they believed was an alien queen. But oh my god, their ship, they might have been right? The ship might have been real? Who knows? But what's the meaning? What's the director trying to say? Is the director trying to say he believes in conspiracy theories? Or is he trying to say there's no meaning behind anything? So there was also accusations of this movie being misogynistic, various shots that linger on women for long periods of time. Now, defenses of this film said it does capture the male gaze perfectly well, especially Andrew Garfield's character, who is inherently misogynistic, who's living a degenerate lifestyle, who's had a breakup with a girl and is now like using women as basically playthings, and that leads him down this rabbit hole to begin with. So there is a purpose behind everything in this film. It was also called a Hollywood hate film because it goes after Hollywood celebrities and Hollywood elites and the very stuff they do and that culture, that very toxic, pervasive culture. But ultimately, this movie's about him going on one of the craziest character arcs maybe ever, especially in an indie film like this that nobody has really heard of. A character arc that takes him down the rabbit hole of the deepest, darkest conspiracies ever. But here comes the question. Are these conspiracies real? Well, like, was it all real? Is it in his head? What's the director? We have to get to what these conspiracies are. I'm going to give you the spoiler-free version of what they are, right? If you are familiar with any kind of conspiracy involving elites using secret code in media and pop culture to communicate and program audiences and people, you know, like messages on billboards and ads and all this stuff. Hollywood stuff. Hollywood elites doing some weird ritualistic stuff. Underground chambers. Ancient rituals that go back to the Egyptian and Aztec days. Assassinations that look like people committed suicide and off themselves, but are actually not. Ritual sacrifices. Masonic symbolism and Masonic lore. A grand plan of the billionaire class. If you're familiar with any of these conspiracy theories, alright? You're going to be looking at a movie like this. Give me more, tell me more. Yes, say it. That's how you're going to be. If you're familiar with any of it. And even if you're not, you're going to still find at least some of it cool. And it's just a weird mystery rabbit hole. Some Alfred Hitchcock combined with, I don't even know. Now let's talk what the conspiracies actually are. I'm going to give minor spoilers. Fuck it. Some of these will be full-on spoilers. But anyways, if you're interested, watch the movie and then come back to this video. If you are seeing the movie and you want to really dabble into this, let's go. These conspiracies get crazy, okay? So it starts with Andrew Garfield. He's trying to find this girl in this Hollywood dreamscape almost. It's like a dreamlike environment he's in. Everyone's not acting real. It's this very weird party culture that everyone's a part of. It's degenerate as hell. But where's this girl? She's the only one who seemed like a genuine person to him. There's all this coded language in the movie. You'll see signs and symbols that all stand for something and you don't know what it is until he starts to see them represent certain parts of the world. Starts noticing, oh, these symbols are actually in every scene. They all mean something. In walls, cereals, boxes, fireworks, newspapers. There have been carefully curated symbolic coded messages in everything that we have our eyes on, and it's subconsciously saying something to us. He meets someone called the Hobo King, who's a gatekeeper to the underground world. The Hobo King kind of tells him what the coded language is. A system of secret symbols used by transients to mark locations and warn others of dangers. In the context of the movie, these carved and drawn symbols represent the idea that the wealthy, powerful, and marginalized communicate in plain sight through languages that the average person is completely blind to. Interesting. And this isn't just symbols on a wall, it's in music. Andrew Garfield has a whole spiel about do we not think that it's possible that these elites, there are people out there that are sending signals to each other. Music happens to be one of those ways. There's this album of songs released by this one band, and Andrew Garfield starts looking at the album, the cover, and the song, and he starts looking at the lyrics and like, oh shit, there are symbols and coded language in this song too. They're all leading somewhere. There's like messages in this. The average person has no idea what it is. It culminates in Andrew Garfield meeting someone called the songwriter, who was put in charge by the elites to write songs specifically with coded messages in all the songs that can psyop people, whatever it might be. And this is where audiences were confused. Andrew Garfield asked this dude, what did it all mean? What do these coded messages mean? What is the plan here? What's the goal of all this? And the songwriter says he doesn't know. It's arbitrary. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just coded language. And Andrew Garfield's like, what? What does that even mean? He goes on a spiral because of this, because it doesn't make sense what he's just been told. He's been told that there's coded language that the elites have been hiring people to use and put in this music. This songwriter happens to be the guy behind all of it. But the songwriter saying even he doesn't know what it means. It's all meaningless. It's arbitrary. Who knows? Doesn't have to mean anything. Let me get to the sacrifice stuff. So there's a dog killer. A serial dog killer in this Hollywood neighborhood that's killing dogs. People have said, one, this is akin to ritual sacrifice. Somebody is killing them as a blood sacrifice. The film's implication is also that this character, the main character, is the serial dog killer, and he doesn't know it. He either he's blacked out, or because there are scenes where he has like dog food like wrappers, where like almost like he was baiting dogs into a trap and killing them. It's suggested that in his current mental state, he's doing things and not even knowing about it. Now, one of the conspiracy theories around this is he's been MK Ultra'd by the elites and he doesn't even know it. Someone just says a word, says a word, and he goes crazy and starts killing dogs as a ritual sacrifice. The other suggestion is it's more of a metaphor, which is probably the smarter thing. A metaphor in which basically this dude, in his inherent misogyny that he has because of the breakup that he had and the way he treats women, he's killing women associated with the dogs, because there's a woman with a dog almost in every scene. So when these dogs are killed, he's associating it with the woman and then thus killing the dog and then forgetting about it. It's very crazy, that theory. Then there's the whole Masonic lore, Freemasonry shit, okay? So there is something called the Owl's Kiss. Basically, these elites will send an owl killer to find you and kill you and make it look like a suicide. This is confirmed when Andrew Garfield's character looks into the security footage of this home where this guy was killed, and this guy hid in his home, like hid in this vault that he created, and this thing still got to him. And Andrew Garfield sees this thing on the camera, and even this thing even comes after Andrew Garfield at one point. It sneaks up behind you and doesn't want to be seen. It's like this naked woman with an owl mask. It's very terrifying, actually. This could be a sick horror movie in and of itself, this specific being. But this entity is actually teased in the dollar bill. Somebody points out in this movie, like, if you look at the dollar bill, there's a literal owl there. It's almost like the elites were using this imagery and symbolism in the dollar bill, again, as another symbolically communication coded message with each other. Kind of highlights and mimics various Masonic lore and Freemasonry stuff. And then we get to the elite rituals. And these rituals are really it's not like these are inherently blood sacrifices. They're actually something else. They're more zealot culture, if you know what I mean. It's something Jared Leto would do. So, that girl that he was looking for all movie, what happened to her? Well, basically she and a group of other girls were taken underground with these elites. They built underground bomb shelters Underground bunkers, deep underground, basically. And they have symbols, okay? And they're buried very closely underground to the Hollywood sign. And these basically tombs is what they are like luxury resorts almost underground, but they're bomb-proof. There's like, if you go behind grocery stores, underneath grocery stores, they've built them underneath the various infrastructures that make up a regular town. These elites, these billionaires, take a bunch of girls as their harem of new wives to come with them so that they can basically ascend to another dimension. They're building these bunkers, I guess in a way they also believe that the world's about to get nuked or something, and they are ascending to another dimension with these brides of theirs. This religious ideology almost, that this is what's going to happen to them. It's very culty. She is one of them. She is one of the wives of this harem, of this billionaire who's trying to ascend to another dimension, whether it be heaven or something cosmic that's beyond this world. Now, Andrew Garfield discovers when he talks to her over the phone, she says she went in willingly. She wants this. These women want this, to ascend with this billionaire class underground. And this shatters Andrew Garfield's entire, mind. Because he thought he maybe had to save this girl from some weird sacrifice, elite schizo cult thing. But no, it's not that. It's not really that. It's something else. Basically his journey is he found the codes, the secret codes. Even there was Morse code with fireworks as well in this. Code in the music, on the walls, the homeless king code, right? He went underground, he went down the rabbit hole and found the truth about what's happening, at least in this part of the world. Ultimately, what happens is nothing. He doesn't end up saving the girl. There is no crazy third act where there's an action sequence. No. There's no resolution to this. This is just what it is. This is what these elites are doing. And this is how they're communicating with each other in code, and nobody knows about it. There's no climax or catharsis for this character based off of this conspiracy rabbit hole that he's drawn himself to. Instead, at the end, the climax is a return to his stagnant life, in which he's on the verge of eviction. He doesn't have a romantic partner. He doesn't really have anyone. He's a very lonely guy. So people were kind of like, what the fuck kind of ending is this, you know? Was this all in his head, or was it real? But if the conspiracy's true, shouldn't this be a bigger deal? What's the writer or director trying to say? Well, let's look at the character we're talking about here. A heartbroken dude. It's heavily implied that him and his girl broke up, and it really affected him. No job, fear of homelessness that he's repressing, and a big entitlement attitude that keeps him from, doing shit. He finds this girl, and he almost sees a distraction from what's happening in his own life. Goes down the rabbit hole to find meaning in a vapid world, this vapid Hollywood cesspool, degenerate world around him. He loses his mind in the pursuit of escaping his current circumstances. And while the conspiracies are there are codes, there are clues, but it's left meaningless. He doesn't know what it all means. He doesn't know what the point of any of it was. There's nothing he can do about it, and it doesn't really have an effect on him right now. And in the end of the day, it's not giving him what he was searching for. It won't make him feel whole. That's the arc that he goes on. And then after that is acceptance. That's what he does at the end of it. He accepts his fate. He accepts what his current circumstances are. Maybe he can get to change it. Maybe it's not a tragic ending, but that's what the arc was. That was the whole point. The film itself acknowledges and shows dark truths about the world. Weird conspiracies, crazy conspiracies. And it shows them as being something that are inherently discoverable. I don't look at this movie and say to myself, oh, it was all in his head. No. It all happened. These conspiracies were real. But they didn't mean anything. He doesn't know what it all meant. He thought that, this code needs to mean something. But no, it's arbitrary. It could be anything. But the bigger point is, it shows how a person gravitates towards this kind of thinking, conspiracizing, going down these rabbit holes to avoid their own problems. It is in a way a critique on conspiracy theorists and what could happen to them and why they do certain things. It is also simultaneously also saying there is weird shit out there in the world. So it's kind of appeasing both crowds, the anti-conspiracy crowd and the conspiracy theory crowd. And this is the big thing. People are like, what the hell? Who's this movie for? That's the big issue. That's a big issue people have with this movie. But if you understand the arc that this character is on, I actually think this film is brilliant. And I haven't even touched the surface about what the hidden codes and Easter eggs are in this film. It's something that can be deciphered in and of itself. But I had to make a video on this movie because it's fucking great, and I love Andrew Garfield, and I love this movie, and I love the director. He also made It Follows, another goated horror movie. This is great. I would recommend watching this movie. If you are into conspiracy theories, watch it. If you're not, but just want to see a good movie, watch it. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.